We are back with this week's fixed tip video, and this week we'll be looking at the push-up. So we'll be talking about the different progressions of a push-up, some different variations. I'll also be discussing what muscles we use in a push-up and how to perform a push-up with correct technique. So firstly, how to perform a push-up. So a regular push-up, which is using your hands and on your toes, you'll have your hands about shoulder width apart. So they're not out like this, they're not in like this. A regular push-up is about shoulder width apart. And what you do essentially is you push down into the floor and then push back out. Now the position of our elbows is also really important. So we want to make sure our elbows aren't flaring out like this. Our elbows aren't tucked in like this, otherwise you'll definitely feel it a lot in the triceps. We kind of want to find that middle ground, so where we can still get tricep activation, but also using our chest muscles. I've also attached an image of the muscles used within a push-up, including the deltoid muscles, our shoulder muscles, our pec muscles, which are the front of our chest, our triceps, which are the back of our arms, which I spoke about just before, abdominal muscles, which are engaged to keep a straight line within the push-up, and our serratus anterior, which is the muscle along our rib cage, essentially assisting our scapula. So now we are going to go into some different variations of a push-up. I'll be starting with a simple exercise first off. So we'll start with the most simple, easy method of a push-up and progress our way from there and get harder and harder each time. So with this first exercise, it is called a wall push-up. Again, hands will be shoulder width apart. Taking a step back from the wall, the closer you are to the wall, the easier it is. The further away your feet are to the wall, the harder it is. So pick that spot that works for you. Our feet are shoulder width apart, hands in the wall. Coming in, make sure our abdominal region is engaged as well, and our glutes. Pushing in, almost touching your forehead to the wall, and back out. This time I'll show you the next progression, which is a chair push-up, or you can use a kitchen bench or anything at about chest height. So hands roughly shoulder width apart. Taking that step back, you may rise and come to your toes a little bit, coming in and back out. Again, making sure our abdominal region is engaged in this exercise. What we don't want to see is our back arching like this, or sticking our bottom out like that. So nice straight line. The next push-up progression we'll look into is on the floor now. So with this first push-up, what we're going to do is we're actually going to start on our knees. So elbows in line with our wrists, abdominal region engaged, our glutes engaged, coming down, coming back up. The next progression from this is going down, so the down phase not on your knees, and then the up phase on your knees. So going down, on your knees, come back up. The next progression from here is a full body weighted push-up. So not using your knees this time. Almost touching your chest to the floor. And if you want a further progression from the full body weight push-up, you can use a step or a chair for a decline push-up. So that's where your feet will go. Other progressions can include using tempo. For example, you're in the top position, slowly lowering 3 seconds, pause at the bottom for a second, explosive on the way up. So tempo can also help with progressions. You can also put your feet on more unsteady surfaces, such as a Bosu ball or a Swiss ball. And you can also put your hands on an unsteady surface such as a Swiss ball or a Bosu ball. I hope you've enjoyed this week's video. If you have any questions, please let us know. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you in the clinic.